Let's give Timothy a warm round of applause.
So who has been on a website probably like the past 30 minutes ago? Who loves to go into business? What is the first thing that you have to have as being a business person?
Website.
Yes. A website is the main thing that promotes your business and advertisement of all your products and sales or whatever you're trying to persuade anyone that comes across the website to do. As to start off, as a website, how to create a website, the first thing you can do is register a domain. And your domain is basically simple like google.com or facebook.com, instagram.com, .gov, Wall Street Journal, all of the .coms, US, .org, all of the other things. As me, I work as this for as a business-wise, and as using GoDaddy as the #1 rated domain registration user, as simply as paying about $10 a month, a year really, for your domain to be safe, secured, and you already have that in place as creating your website. After that, after you secure your domain for your website, you'll find you can either go through them, purchase a website product to be able to create your website through. Me personally, I use Wix.com. Wix.com is a great source. As stated by their designer team, they stated that as creating a website, you have to be very inspirational. And being very inspirational helped me with Wix.com because it gives a lot of different templates and products for them to use. As one that I'm working on now for my church is GreaterNewVisionChurch.com. As being very creative and inspiration, it takes very time. You gotta sit down and actually think and design of what you think you want your audience to look at. And as far as my audience to look at, I have everything running here from as slideshows of all of our events that are coming up, announcements. I can click on different links and areas within my website for people to come and look at certain things. Like if you ever go to a church and the first thing you're thinking of, you're gonna look at their website, but first of all, you always want to know like their past, their background information, or all the other ministries that they're carrying along. As far as if you have children, for your youth ministry, the children's ministry, and for young adults ministry, men's and women's, anything outreach ministry, anything you're going out to do for the people. The first thing all about in ministry is have to be able to touch others. If you can't touch other people's lives, then it's going to be hard to have a starting point. So as far as my website runs, gotta have my announcements when people first pull up on the website, once in March.
This is the time of year that signifies a change in seasons, brighter days, and new birth. As winter comes to a close, let's renew our hearts to better serve.
Next service, my links,
Here at
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram,
our ministries in
YouTube, out
action.
everywhere.
Yes, spring into momentum.
All the flyers are
Time is
designed
right.
for my church.
These are the announcements
We got
for
Iron
the
Shop
month of
Shine.
March.
We're all meant
Women
to
of
come up,
Work,
just
also
chill, have
known
fun.
as WOW,
Just real
continues
talk, real
with
conversations.
bi-weekly
We
Thursday
have
evening
knowledge hour,
fellowships.
which is every
Come
first
out
Saturday
at
of the month.
7:30
Where you
p.m.
can come
and share
pick up a book
testimonies,
and the only way you're going to get
and the
more
word
wisdom is
of
that they read.
like-minded women.
And you take the time to sit down
Are
and
you
read.
striving
It'll
to
take you a
give
long
back to
way.
your
Because
community?
reading is very important.
The Outreach Initiative would be the ministry for you.
Just ask for my
Created
homepage,
to place
there.
T&B's assistance
So,
beyond it.
You can go here to About Us, how we started off in 2005 and such, and forth, and how we kept growing for now. And now this year brings us to our 10th year anniversary as being an organization. Click on our links to our mission statement, changing paths for conquering purposes. Once we get to you and as able to persuade, not actually persuade, but asking to work with you, and you have the desire to change your lifestyle, then we'll be able to help you conquer your future. And then our vision statement, Greater Division Church is a church. We are reaching a world of people with an open heart and understanding, no matter who you are, where you come from, or what you have done. This is a safe place where you can worship, be nourished, and be rebuilt with the unconditional love of God. And then, we got our pastor's page, a little bit about our pastor. He's real, raw, radical, Mr. 100. I'm talking about he'll be so real with you, it'd be unbelievable. Like, he'll come down to your level, and he actually make you feel like it's a one-on-one connection. You got our different ministries that we're working with. We got the Mob, the Men of Battle, the Young and Mighty Generation, the Women of Purpose, the Young and Mighty Generation Kids Group, the Young Adult Ministry, Seniors Ministry, Singles Ministry, Acts 2 Ministry was our outreach ministry, evangelism, hospitality. It just keeps going. It just keeps going as we keep growing and making a bigger difference. So as my website, it keeps going on and further. As creating a website, it has to be all that you want it to be. It's a very stringent design of what you want to put on your website for it to be launched out there in the real world. So, thank you.
Questions for Timothy?
Is this what you're going to do as far as career? You're going to be into
Yes, I do a lot of this now. As for my job, especially at my job, I work with all the computers and websites and stuff. And then for my church, I do it too as well. I am one of the leaders of our media and marketing design for our church. I do a controlling all Facebook, Instagram, Twitters, websites, anything that you go out, text messages, so.
So my mom has her own business, and for the past probably 3 months, she's been paying me to make her a website, but I haven't started because I don't know how. So,
this is very helpful.
so I just go on GoDaddy.com and
GoDaddy.com. Pick out the name you want your website to be. What's your mom's business?
It's Auto Parts Kimco.
Okay, well, autopartskimco.com. Register your domain, so you already have that set in book because the names go by really quick. So have that set in book already, and then go find another website, or you can use one of their products. Like I use Wix. There's a free website. Log in, create an account, type in domain, hook up my website to it, and keep on from there.
How much does Wix cost?
Wix is free.
Oh yeah, you just said that. That's awesome.
But it's free. But I get the premium version of Wix, which is only about roughly $12 a year.
Okay.
I don't mean to be to get a computer class, but having a domain, is that for like business tax purposes and stuff like that? Because why couldn't somebody just, if you were creative, you could actually do this on your own? I'm sure you can.
Yeah, you can do it on your own. You have to sit down and actually program every single code for that website. But for easier, as people, they like to get their domains made generally. So I can still launch it by creating it on my own, but getting a single domain makes it easier. So it makes a step kind of shorter, but it just have to cost.
So in order to make the whole website, you just need those two, like GoDaddy and Wix?
Yeah, Wix, and that's it. And just start creating and flowing. Wix has different type of templates, that you can pick from. You see like a similar design that you like, and just give it a different twist to it. Make it seem like your personal, whatever your business is, or how you want the colors to look like. It all have to be inspired and designed.
You can take Natasha first.
How is maintenance on the website?
Maintenance on the website is all depending on you, really. You have to maybe control. See, after you get your domain, GoDaddy and Wix partner together basically to keep your website very secure. But then, as in going and making changes and wise, that's all up to you of how you want it to run, as far as maintenance wise.
So it's easy to change stuff?
Yeah, it's easy to change. Once you get everything going, you can start changing stuff real quick.
Can you sell stuff on this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't get to it, I actually sell all of our CDs and DVDs under the sermon that we had for this past month.
Awesome. Cool. I'm glad you did this.
Thank you. Can you tell me, Timothy, I did my own website, but it's hard to find. Is that because I didn't buy the premium? It's
Yes.
there, but you have to it's embedded, you have to really look, so I guess I need to go back and pay more money to get the premium so it can actually be found on the web, on the internet, is that what it is?
Yes, that's sometimes another issue that is too as well, or there's a lot of other domain and usernames that come up as, if I looked up your website on Google, it'll probably at the bottom list because there's a lot more, but once you keep promoting it more and more, it leads to the top. But as far as, you know, if you wanted to be launched, like, kind of up at the top of your, like, the #1 list, I'll go for premium.
You have to go for premium, okay.
I would pay you to do that for me.
How much do you charge
You're
an
not the
hour?
only one. I had a lot of people that came up to me offering me jobs,
Yes.
you know, to come and help them start off their websites for their businesses and
That's
everything.
wonderful.
Any more questions for Timothy? Thank you, Timothy, let's give him a hand.